Hey there, it's Sarah from Sarah Cat Plans, and this is my first YouTube video. I'm so excited, and I'm glad that you're here. I hope that you stay a while. Woo, 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 woo. For my first video, I wanted to share the top 3 reasons why I love my Makse Life Planner. Now, there are more reasons than just 3 why I love this planner so much, but for time's sake, we're just gonna go into 3, maybe 4. See how it goes. Before using the Makse Life Planner, I had used a couple of other ones before. I've been in the Passion Planner, the Plum Paper, and most recently, Erin Condren planners. But this one has by far been my favorite planner that I've ever used, and we're gonna talk about why. Before I started using my Makse Life Planner, I wasn't one who set goals. I thought that goals were for those people, and I don't know who those people were, but they just weren't me people. But now I am one of those people. I set goals, no big deal. But it's because of this planner and the way that the goal system was set up. And Sierra does such a super great job of explaining goals and taking away the intimidation factor of how to set goals. And that brings me to reason number 1 why I love the Makse Life Planner. And it's because of the goal setting system. For a newbie goal setter like myself, I had no idea what I was doing with goals. I didn't know where to begin or what goals I was even going to set, but this planner laid it all out for me. And what's super nice is that in the very beginning of the planner, there's a goal setting section where Sierra walks through how to set goals, what goals are, if you need to change goals, you're not stuck with them. There's so much information there. It is so great. And then you get to spend a little bit of time prepping and figuring out what your goals are going to look like. One of the things that is set up in the goal setting system is what's called a life compass, and there are 8 different areas of life that you get to assess and figure out how you're doing and then where you want to be at the end of the year. And that was super valuable for me, and still is very valuable for me because I'm still using the planner. And so I get to look at each area of life and see how I'm doing and reflect on those weekly, monthly, and then obviously once a year, later. But so that really helps me, and I really enjoy that because there are some times when I'll be doing really well in an area of life and maybe not so well in another area of life, and I will tend to focus on that area that I'm not doing so great in. But when I sit down and I look at the full picture and see all 8 areas of life, then I can see the areas that I'm doing well in, and so then I can rejoice and be encouraged in that, and then also continue working in the hard or the areas I'm not doing so great at. But at least I won't have to only see that and then think that I'm doing bad all across the board, if that makes any sense. There's so much to the goal setting system, and that just touches on it a little bit. Another part of the goal system is that it's broken down from annual, monthly, and weekly goals. Like I said, didn't really know too much about goals, and so I just thought that goals were these really big things. You had like 3, and then you did things to get them done. But I didn't know how to get from A to C, and I've learned that there's more than just setting 3 goals and setting these big goals. And for me, I actually started with setting the weekly goals first, and then backtracking and doing monthly goals, and then I'm slowly working towards annual goals as I figure out what my monthly goals are going to be. And that's totally okay because I'm using the system for me, the way that I am comfortable in using it. So yeah, chunking down goals from annual to weekly really helps me because I can go small steps and making really large improvements. So for the last 3 months I've been in the planner, and I have seen such big improvements just from being able to reflect and assess the goals at a weekly basis. Which brings me to reason number 2 why I love this planner, and that is the weekly actions and reflections page. So at the end of each week, you have a page for reflecting, and then you start off the coming week filling out your weekly actions and what you want to accomplish for that week. And I love that because it takes my emotional side, and it pairs it up with some logic. I tend to be more of an emotional person, and I make decisions all throughout my emotions. And so I can kind of stay there. So if I have a bad week, my emotions will kind of like lead the path in that. And so sitting down and getting to reflect, I get to see what's working, what's not working, what do I need to improve on, and then how I can change things for the coming week. But I get to celebrate the wins as well, and so that usually helps me frame my weekly reflections into something. I get to see the positive and see it all out on paper. And then I move into the weekly actions and I figure out what is it after getting all the stuff down that I needed to in the weekly reflections. What is it that I'm going to be moving towards in my goals or just in life? And so those 2 pages I try to not go without doing, because I see the most work done from filling out those, from sitting down and doing those 2 pages. So that's why I really love them, and I don't see planning without them. And then my third reason why I really love the Makse Life Planner is because there's a gratitude prompt heart on every single day. And I love this so much. I did not really focus on gratitude that much. I knew it was probably a good idea to do and to be grateful for things, and I'd hear it and I'd be like, yeah, oh yeah, that's right, I need to be grateful. Oh yeah, I should focus on gratitude. But I didn't actually sit down and do it until seeing that little heart prompt every day. And so now it's become something that I do either at the end of the day or the very start of the next day. I will write out a few things that I was grateful for. And this has been life-changing. I have gone a complete 180 from who I used to be 3 months ago, just from taking the time to write out things that I'm grateful for every day. It has changed my perspective. My friends and my family can tell you, they can attest to this, that I used to be the negative Nancy who would focus on the realistic side of things when really I just wasn't able to focus on things that I was grateful for in the hard stuff. And so being able to sit down and think through things that I'm grateful for, even on the hard days, shows me that there are still things that come out of, there are still good things that come out of hard days. And that has changed me for the better. I'm able to be the first person who's positive about a situation and find the positive. I'm not saying that I don't sit in the hard stuff or I don't acknowledge them, because I totally do, but now I can pair it with finding something that I can be grateful for. And I think that that is great. And then just a little bonus for why I love the Makse Life Planner so much, has a little to do with the planner and a lot to do with the people. I joined the Makse Life community Facebook group, and I have met the most encouraging and supportive Makse lifers through it, and I just love it. I think it's so great to have a community where we can all hold each other accountable, encourage each other, and support each other. And so that's just super fun for me. Yeah. And that sums up why I love the Makse Life Planner. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I could literally go on and on and on. Ask my husband, I talk about it a lot. But I'm gonna leave it there and share some more on another video. Bye!